Hi, I'm Patrick Dunnican. At Gibbons, we believe that citizens need to be informed about the complex issues that affect their lives. That's why we're proud to support the programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners in public television.
Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child, Wells Fargo, the Adler Aphasia Center, PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. The law firm of Gibbons PC. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, making healthcare work. And by Bloomfield College, offering small classes and big opportunities since 1868.
This is One-on-One.
That's good acting, man.
I get that a lot. I go to Atlantic City all the time, like, are you the guy? I go, no, I'm not.
This is one you can't afford to miss.
They thought that I wouldn't survive it, but I knew I would.
Welcome to One-on-One. I'm Steve Adubato. Everything you ever wanted or needed to know about networking, you're about to find out from this man right here. Jack Killion, co-founder of Bluestone and Killion. How you doing?
We're doing fine.
What is the deal with networking? And why is it that so many people, first of all, don't even know what it is. Second of all, when they think about it, they go, oh, you mean I got to go to a cocktail party where I have to make small talk that I don't want to make with someone who I don't want to interact with? And that's not what we're talking about.
Totally, and they also think it's, often they think it's about selling, and it's not that at all.
And by the way, your firm, put it in context, you do a lot of this coaching and training for people.
We coach professionals in accounting firms, law firms, financial services firms, corporate executives, leaders of nonprofits, and then on a contributing back to the community basis, we teach kids to do it.
You say it's harnessing the power
of networking. That's correct.
Describe it.
I think networking is equally important as the skill of reading, writing, and arithmetic. I think it should be taught in every school in the country. And I think it's one of the ways that people can really enhance their lives, their family lives, accelerate their careers, and drive the profitable growth of the companies that they're with.
What does it look like?
Looks like spending consistent time every day, meeting with people, looking for ways to contribute to that person's success, following up with people. And at my point in my life, with all the experiences I've had and all the contacts I have, I like to think that no matter who I meet, I can make a contribution to their life.
You know, it's so interesting. When people talk about networking, one of the things, Jack, they get confused by is they say, okay, so I meet someone, and I have to get a conversation going, and I run out of things to talk about. And you say, that's ridiculous, because you're not supposed to be talking about you.
You're supposed to be talking about them. You're supposed to be asking questions. You know, why are you here? What's your role with the company? A couple of months ago, I was fortunate enough to get invited to an event at the White House. You know, I'm standing outside at 7 o'clock in the morning waiting to go through security. I'm standing next to this really cool-looking, well-dressed gentleman with a cup of Starbucks, which I said to him, well, why are you here? What are you doing? He said, our company contributes to the community, and we're into philanthropy. I said, what company are you with? He said, Ritz-Carlton. I said, oh, that's great. One of my good friends owns half of a floor in the Ritz-Carlton in New York City. What do you do at the Ritz-Carlton? He says, I started it. And I said,
guy.
Give me 5, because I never started at the Ritz-Carlton.
That is great.
So, you know, my wife has a nonprofit, so I got back to the fellow from the Ritz-Carlton, and I said, you know, how do I put Judy in touch with your philanthropy people so they can be working on programs for inner city kids together?
You know, it's so interesting. Networking is, it's not an activity. It's not a thing you do at a certain time and you check off. And again, I don't want to be a snob about this. But that is the way I live my life. I don't think you can be the host and the executive producer of a series like this without networking, meaning,
right.
First of all, you have to raise the money for the series, which means if you're not networking, you're in trouble.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
You can't do what you do if you're not networking.
Totally.
So it's not a thing you do.
No.
Is it in your DNA?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, so that means it can be taught.
It absolutely can be taught. I think it can be taught and can be learned by everybody. Up until I was like 30 years old, I had no idea about this stuff.
What turned you on to it?
I quit my last job and went off on my own. And I either was going to have to make new relationships or I was going to starve to death.
So someone's saying right now, oh, that's really great that this guy Jack does that. No, Adubato's bragging about he networks. That's fine. But it's not for me. I don't do it. I just want to do my job, and I'm going to count on word of mouth, spreading out there that I'm really good at what I do. And you say? You're
just cutting yourself short. You're cutting your family short. You're just eliminating major opportunities in your life.
You say, okay, here are some, by the way, some of the keys that Jack Killion talks about to harness the power of networking. You ready? Quick follow-up within 24 hours.
Totally. If you wait 48 hours, you probably lost half the effectiveness of following up. If you wait longer than that, the person's already forgotten they met with you.
24 hours.
24 sooner.
Quick.
Or sooner.
So I often talk to our producers around here, hey, we have to have a sense of urgency.
Totally.
They think I'm nuts.
Totally. Everybody needs a sense of urgency.
Because?
Because we're in a very competitive global environment.
Devil's advocate. Doesn't that look like you're panicky? You know, like you're
no, I don't think so.
Pushy?
No, it looks like you're sincerely interested in the other person.
You say practice, practice, practice. One of the other keys to networking.
Talk to everybody, every place, every day.
Then you said obviously be interested in the other person, focus on giving, not getting.
Totally. This isn't about what do I get out of it. This is about how can I contribute to Steve's life.
And hold on, while you're doing that, how the heck are you helping yourself and your business?
I'm building credibility. I'm building a trust with people that I think are in a position at some point to help me. You can't keep score doing this stuff.
Oh, stay there. You can't keep score.
Totally. You can't say, I helped this person twice and he hasn't done anything for me, so forget about him. That's not the way it works. This is a lifelong pursuit of trying to make contributions in other people's lives.
Network is a marathon.
Totally.
Networking is a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely.
Final one, you really blew me away with this key. Likability.
You got people got to like you.
Yeah, but how do you coach that?
You got to get people to be interesting. They got to be likable. They got to be less uptight.
So hold on. Someone goes to one of these receptions, or someone goes into any situation, right? It seems to me that one of the ways to be more likable, which sometimes people think everyone likes them, and they don't really know.
I don't have that problem, but go ahead.
Well, here's the funny thing. I'm convinced that one of the ways to be more likable is to, in fact, do one of the other things you said. Genuinely be interested in the other person.
Absolutely.
That's one of the keys.
Just keep digging down. Just keep finding out about the other person.
By the way, you gave one of the business card. What was the business card that said evangelist? What was that business card?
That was our son when he was like 12 or 13 years old. We used to drop him at golf courses, and he was a good little golfer, young golfer. Right. And he would have no way to stay in touch with people. So I said, Jonathan, you got to have business cards.
I love it.
And I don't want business cards. No kids have business cards. So I got business cards, and I call them an evangelist. I don't want to be an evangelist. But Jonathan has turned out to be a really skilled networker.
Jack Killion, co-founder of Bluestone and Killion. He believes in harnessing the power of networking, and we believe in you coming on sharing that message. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you. That's great.
Appreciate it.
Okay, me too.
We'll follow up within 24 hours. So stay with us one-on-one. We'll be right back right after this. I enjoyed that.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
I really didn't think anything was wrong, but I knew something was wrong. I was having trouble with my bladder, and I went to see Dr. Payton, who's my urologist, and he gave me the news that I had cancer. I could have went to regular therapy for 42 days for 15 minutes, or I could have went for CyberKnife treatments for 5 days for about an hour and a half. And he told me between two options, the CyberKnife was the best bet. And about 2 months after I received my last treatment, I went for another PSA test, and my PSA went down from 6.9 to 1.6. And my urologist was quite happy with it. The Dr. Danish was more than happy with it. And I guess, needless to say, I'm happy with it.
The other gentleman who's happy is the gentleman who was just referred to, Dr. Adnan Danish. Medical Director, Meridian CyberKnife Center, Riverview Medical Center. Now that was Sal we just saw.
Yes.
You know Sal.
I know Sal. I know Sal very well. He had come into my office to discuss options with regards to his prostate cancer. And as many know, there are a lot of options that one can pursue.
For prostate cancer.
For prostate
By the way,
cancer.
put it in perspective, doctor. How common is prostate cancer and with whom?
It is probably the second most common cancer in men, one of the leading causes of cancer in men. So it's a very important cancer to know, very easily detected through simple blood tests and follow-up with the physician. And there's a lot of awareness about it. So it's a very
when do you get
important
the
cancer.
test?
So usually right around 50 is when people start to do the annual screening. They'll do an annual PSA, and then depending upon the results, then doctors can kind of move forward with what a workup is necessary.
Early detection critical.
Critical.
Why?
The earlier you catch it, the earlier stage you catch it, the higher chances are of cure. And that's the truth of any cancer, and certainly for prostate cancer.
Now put the CyberKnife piece in place, because this wasn't always available.
No, it wasn't. So traditionally we had surgery, we had intensity modulated radiation therapy, which is
you did that fast.
I'm sorry, IMRT.
IMRT.
So that is the 9-week course that most patients will refer to, a doctor refer to.
Right.
And then there is CyberKnife. Now, CyberKnife in the recent decade has, in my mind, revolutionized how we treat prostate cancer. It has allowed us to make it more convenient to hopefully cure a patient of his cancer.
What does it do?
So what it does is it focuses high doses of radiation to our target. So in this case, it would be the prostate. It does it with tremendous accuracy. It has the ability to dynamically locate the target, which in this case would be the prostate, and focus all the energy and radiation to the organ. Because of that tremendous accuracy, we're able to, in layman's term, pump up that dose per day. So we can, what IMRT accomplishes in 9 weeks, we can accomplish in 5 days. So Sal, he had a 1-week course. He started on a Monday and then on a Friday, which is a tremendous, I think, advancement in the treatment of prostate cancer.
And the impact in terms of what you've seen in patients who have gone through the CyberKnife process, the treatment and process. What do you see in them?
So it's really their quality of life. You don't have that time commitment, that large, the 2 months, depending on the weather, the season. We have a lot of seniors that were certainly very nervous about coming to treatment every day. And when we say, and we have a lot of professionals who are working, who would otherwise have to find a way out of the work schedule to get treated. Well, for them to dedicate 1 week, it's almost life-changing in that you can get your treatment. It's not invasive. You are able to maintain all your activities of daily living and be done with it in 5 days. And that has, I think, changed people's perception about, or their hesitations about coming and getting treated.
Who's a candidate? Who's not a candidate?
So the candidates are patients who have low-risk disease. What that means,
low-risk disease.
Right. What that means is the risk of the cancer being outside the prostate, or how aggressive the cancer is. So patients with a Gleason score 6, and that there are 2 ways. There are certain things, or indicators we look at when we treat prostate cancer, and we try to categorize them in terms of where they should be in terms of their treatment. So their Gleason score, their PSA.
Hold on, their Gleason score, their PSA. Break that down in layperson's language.
So Gleason score is what the cancer cells look like under a microscope, how
Right.
aggressive it is. We treat patients with low or not as aggressive disease. So the number 6 represents cancer that's not as aggressive as maybe 10. 10 is the highest number. A PSA generally less than 10. That also will be patients who we consider for CyberKnife, and a low clinical stage where we do a physical exam and see whether or not we can actually feel the cancer, and that also plays into the prognostic group.
Doctor, let me ask you this. I mean, obviously there's been tremendous advancements in this field over the last few years. A lot of information out there, but we can't do enough. We've been doing as much as we can over the years, still need to do more. Why are so many men so ill-informed or don't have enough information about this? So therefore don't do the right things at the right times to protect themselves. I know that's a gross generalization, but it's not inaccurate.
It's not inaccurate, and I think it has to do not only with the misinformation or the lack of information, but I think also with too much information.
Too much.
You know, you have a lot. Prostate cancer is one of those cancers that's studied very well. There are a lot of options out there that can accomplish the same goal. Our main goal here is to cure the cancer, but our secondary goal is to do that at minimal cost to their quality of life. And so there are a lot of considerations that go into picking or choosing a particular treatment option. And the only way a patient can do that, or the best way they can do that, is to go to a multidisciplinary clinic or center.
Make that clear, because
So what
someone
that
right now
means-
says, "Well, I'll go on the internet, doctor. I'll be fine."
Okay.
You say, "I'm going on the internet. I'll be okay. I'll find my doctor on the internet."
Well, the internet will give you some information, but what you want to go is you want to get to a center that offers all the disciplines under one roof. So you have your urologist, your oncologist, your radiation oncologist, and a team that can confer and concur and talk about your case and come up with a treatment plan that works for you. Whereas oftentimes, if you pick your doctor off the internet, you're getting your care kind of piecemeal, because you're going to one office, then you're being sent to another office, and rather than being a cohesive treatment plan, which is very important in any cancer care, especially prostate cancer, you're getting piecemeal. So I think that's why patients have a difficult time making that decision, because they're getting different opinions from different schools of thought. I think it's important for patients to go to a cancer center that has all of that under one roof, so we can all discuss that and make sure we come up with the appropriate treatment option.
Before I let you out of here, you love what you do.
I'm sorry?
You love what you do.
I love what I do.
Because?
Well, I personally had experiences with cancer, and that gave me a mission, and I love the patients I treat. I think that most patients we treat are very focused and just want to get better, do the right thing, and it's very easy to treat people like that.
Dr. Adnan Danish, I want to thank you for joining us. Don't let it be the last time you join us, because we respect and appreciate and admire people who not just love what they do, but make a great impact, have a great impact in what they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Appreciate
you so much.
Stay right there. We'll be right back with One-on-One right after this. Thank you, Doctor.
Thanks.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org. Or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
There he is, John McAllen, math teacher, Point Pleasant Borough High School. How you doing?
I'm great. It's terrific to be here.
Is this not a fact that you are the 2012 Presidential Award winner for excellence in math and science teaching?
I think it's actually 2011, because the process is about a year.
Oh, don't get technical.
Okay.
And then you went to the White House to receive the award.
I did.
It's a big deal.
It was unbelievable.
And your wife's a teacher.
She's a teacher too.
And in fact, your story, part of your story is going to be told. We're about to see a clip all about John and the work that he does, our partnership with the New Jersey Education Association. Classroom Close-Up, the great series on public television. You can see it all the time on NJTV, but you're about to see this clip about John, and we'll come back and talk about it. It's powerful video. Take a look.
I want you to look at this, and I want you to think about how Center Mass came into the design of Tickle Me Elmo. I try to attract as many kids who want to take AP Calc as possible, because I really feel that all the math you take in high school is leading up to this climax, if you will, of, this is why you learned all that stuff, all that information for the past 6, 7, 8 years. We're going to put it all together this year. We're going to show you where it's used in real life, and we're going to turn you out into the world and hopefully get you inspired to follow ideas that you never thought were even possible.
It's in those four walls of the classroom where magic really happens. And they just open up their hearts and sing. And these voices of these high school kids who put it out there with such tenderness and expression, that's amazing. It's amazing. So that's where I find the joy in what I do.
I would like to get my kids to sing, but I think it would have a totally different sound.
You've just met John and Regina McAllen. He teaches math, she teaches music. When Regina and John met, fell in love, and got married, John wasn't a teacher. He was a successful engineer at Johnson & Johnson, with 5 biomedical device patents under his belt.
You only get one trip around, and I kind of felt like I wasn't on the track I wanted to be on.
So even though more than a few friends thought he was nuts, John took the steps necessary to become eligible to teach in New Jersey through the state's alternate route teacher preparation program. Soon after, he was accepting an AP Calculus position at Point Pleasant and putting his private sector experience to use in the classroom.
You can articulate the tool with relative ease. If the mass weren't distributed right here at my fingertip, it would be difficult for me to have precision with it.
He has a passion for it. Obviously, he had an awesome job before he was a teacher, but if he left that to teach kids, I think that's why he teaches so well, because you can just see there's such a passion there and a love for it.
John feels his successful transformation from industry achiever to educational rock star is in no small part due to the support of his colleagues. It definitely didn't hurt that he had an accomplished mentor living with him at home. As a music teacher at Howell High School, Regina McAllen's choirs have a string of first-place finishes and noteworthy performances, and the ever-growing wall of fame in her classroom speaks to the success of her students. It's also a motivational technique that John borrowed for his own classroom.
It's definitely a motivator for the kids. My numbers have grown just by doing little things like this. I feel blessed that I've had the mentorship from not only Regina, but from people inside the district and outside the district that have really helped me with my craft. I'm just thankful for all those people and the support I've gotten.
Wow, my question is, why don't we have Regina here?
She's in the green room, but
she is.
Yeah, she came up to just keep me calm.
That is powerful stuff. You left the corporate world in 1999, 2000. Mm-hmm. You left because you wanted to make a difference.
I did. 13
years later, you say to yourself, I made the right decision.
Absolutely. Every day. Well, I remember when I came in and I was interviewed for the job, and there were 5 people that year taking AP Calc, and I knew nothing about teaching. And I remember at the interview with the superintendent, assistant superintendent, I said, we want to grow the program. Do you think you can double the program in 4 years? And I'd known the population of the school from working with my wife through chaperoning events, and I knew there was enough of a student body, and I thought, you know, I may not know much about teaching, but I can definitely, through my enthusiasm and excitement for the field of engineering and science, I could get those. And now I'm up to 35 people.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we have 2 sections, and
wow,
and it's just great. It's such a rewarding. My career has. I was successful at engineering. I have patents from Johnson & Johnson, which my kids always love to ask me, are you paid? You must be a millionaire. You must be paid from those patents. And I'm not. And one of the lessons I tell them is, you know, when you're interviewing for a job, you know, you sign away your rights in certain things because you're inexperienced and you need to prove yourself. But I left that field, and I just feel so blessed that I'm in a field where I get up every day and I'm excited about the challenges and what we're going to be doing.
Here's my question. What's it like for the two of you, with you and Regina, and when you come home? She's a music teacher. Obviously, she had all those awards. She has those awards. She's making a difference. You're making a difference. What's that dinner conversation like?
It's about pedagogy. It's about making phone calls to parents who need to know things. It's about how you motivate how you identify a kid who needs extra help. One of the discussions we were having is about underachieving students, and how do we turn, what's the motivation to change from being an underachiever to an achiever. And it's interesting how, because she teaches in the music and performance area, there are a lot of things that, like, she'll poll her kids and interview her kids and ask them for suggestions. And she was telling me how much her kids know, and we just take it for granted what they know. So what do? The next day I go into class and I sit down with my students and I start asking them about underachievement and give me an idea what I can do to make you achieve more. And it's just a resource that you really can't put a value on. It's constant. For me, I don't want to say my marriage is a series of professional development hours, but it really is. It's a chance to really refine your craft.
I'm curious about this. I know that she's very proud of you. How proud are you of her?
Oh, I am so proud of what she does because she takes on not just, in her course, she has not just the most advanced kids, she has kids who have some real serious challenges, and she is able to make her classroom an environment where everyone's welcome. And I think that's important for everybody to realize, is that before you can even begin to reach the child or the student, is they have to feel safe, secure, and that they're ready to learn. And she does that with everybody she has.
Next time we'll have her on for her own segment. You think she can handle it?
I think she would love that. That would be terrific, because she does great things.
And you're at the White House with all your colleagues doing that. And I got to ask you real quick, 1 to 10. I ask every teacher who comes in.
Oh, it was a 12. Being at the White House, it's just, I know that's not mathematical.
1 to 12, 1 to 10, loving your job.
1 to 12 or 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
Oh, 20. Love my job. Love my job. I mean, the kids I get to work with every day, and it's just, for me, it's, and the support.
Congratulations. We'll keep talking off the air.
Yeah,
Thanks for watching. Now let's continue the conversation about this and other important topics and issues on Facebook. Visit my page at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, working for great public schools for every child. Wells Fargo, the Adler Aphasia Center, PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. The law firm of Gibbons PC. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, making healthcare work. And by Bloomfield College, offering small classes and big opportunities since 1868. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.
When you work at a public school, you're a part of the community. So when Superstorm Sandy hit, the school employees jumped right in to help. The middle school here served as a refuge for people who were forced from their homes. We all pitched in to help. Custodians, cafeteria workers, teacher aides, mechanics, groundskeepers, all pitching in to help out. School employees are part of a team, whether it's to help educate our children or to recover from a terrible tragedy. That's why I'm so proud to be a member of the NJEA.
Hello, I'm Rafael P. Roman.
And I'm Steve Adubato.
Join us every week on New Jersey Capitol Report.
Because we'll ask the questions that you want and need answered.
Airing on NJTV, 13 and WHYY. Check your local listings.